right now, the young people are just very curious to explore the world. When I read your book, you had a very challenging childhood. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the characteristics and quality and resilience your childhood has given you in order for you to strive for future achievements when you grow up.
Well, it would be very strange for me to say that it was a blessing that I was born poor, but I can only say this in hindsight, because what the years of poverty taught me in life is that resilience is very important. And, in my case, sadly, we were living in a very poor family. We lived in a house without a flush toilet. I had to be put on a special feeding program because I was technically undernourished when I was young. My father kept losing his jobs. We had debt collectors coming to our house. Then my father eventually ended up in jail because he couldn't pay off his gambling debts. So we went through all the rough childhood in a third world developing country, Singapore. But what was fortunate for me was that I had a very strong mother. And my mother was under tremendous pressure bringing up 4 children, but somehow she never broke down. Never. And so when I saw that my mother, under great pressure, never broke down, I told myself, how can I break down? Because she went through much more difficult conditions than I ever did. And one of the most famous columnists in the world is Martin Wolf, the chief economics correspondent of the Financial Times. After he read my biography, he said, Kishore, the real hero of your biography is your mother, which is true. Because she's the one who went through hell to bring us up, and she brought us up successfully. So that gift of resilience, which has stood me in good stead when my life went down a few times, which is normal in life, it was my mother who inspired me to survive all these downturns.
That's wonderful. We have an old saying that if you help a boy, you help a wonderful individual. But if you help a girl, you help the whole family, the whole community. And your mom is the one holding the half of the sky.
That's right.
For her community, for her family, which is very admirable. Our young people right now also need great role models. So if you want to give them some pieces of advice, what are the 3 things they should always keep in mind when they grow up, for their career paths, for their family lives, for their global explorations?
Well, I think, being born a human being is a great privilege. If you look, we are part of the animal species, right? Elephants can't go to universities. Lions can't go to universities, right? Even intelligent monkeys cannot go to universities. Only human beings have the capacity to go to universities and to learn. So we must therefore see human life as a gift given to us. And it's a very short lifespan given to us. And it's so sad to see people wasting their time on our planet Earth. So the most important thing is to spend your youth studying as much as possible. To me, even though I came from a very poor family, and my parents never read books, for example, so I had no idea what books were. But as a young child, fortunately, I discovered a public library near my house. And then I began reading 4 to 5 books a week. And I think the reading of 4 to 5 books a week enabled me to succeed in my studies, and therefore led to my going to university and having that experience. And therefore that's enabled me to liberate myself. The second thing, of course, is that once you finish studying and start working, it's actually important to work very, very hard. And that's what I learned from the founding fathers of Singapore, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, Dr. Goh Keng Swee, Rajaratnam. Each of them will work very hard to make Singapore a strong, safe, and secure country. So there's nothing wrong with working hard in life. And so I also encourage people to work as hard as possible. But the final thing is that even after you start working or stop working, life is always a learning journey. And at every point in your life, you must feel that you are changing, growing, and developing. And that's been one of the greatest blessings I've had in my life, because I've had not one, but 3 careers in my life. I started off being in diplomacy for 33 years. Then I was the founding dean of the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy. So I was a professor for 13 years. And then subsequently, after I technically retired, I've been busy writing books that have done very well, including my memoirs, Living the Asian Century, which were just launched this week in
Congratulations.
Beijing. Yeah, so clearly to continue developing our human potential, which is a gift to us, is the best thing we can do with our lives.
That's wonderful. So study hard, working hard, lifetime learning are the 3 pieces of advice you give to us. I learned a lot from you. Right now, we're facing so many challenges globally. Yet, with your resilience, I see lots of optimism and wisdom when I talk with you. So would you share your vision and your hope for the next 10 to 20 years? What do you forecast the world will be? What would you like to see in our beautiful world?
Well, I've been talking about the return of Asia for the last 20, 30 years. And so far it's coming true. And for me, the return of Asia is very meaningful, because when I grew up as a child, I grew up in a British colony. The British were ruling Singapore. So as a child, I believed that I, as an Asian, I was mentally, culturally inferior to the white man, because I was brown, not white. So I had a sense of psychological inferiority. It took me some time to come out of it and to realize, hey, Asians are equal to anybody in the world. But even though Asian countries have done very well over the last 20, 30 years, the next 20, 30 years, we can accomplish even more. Especially the larger countries like China, India, and the Southeast Asian countries. So we must ensure that over the next 20 to 30 years, Asia remains at peace so that we can continue to grow in economic terms. And if we succeed in economic terms to grow our economies, then we will also enjoy a major cultural renaissance in Asia. And I want to be alive to see this great cultural renaissance that is coming to Asia.